Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Long Island Wargaming. Thanks for tuning in, as always. And this is a fun treat. I think this is a battle report that I hope you watch to the end because I think it was an excellent game. I had fun at this game. I know it's pre-brawlers, so you're going to see the Skaven list again, still being tweaked. So there's some things here and there you might not recognize, but it's going to be against a beautiful army, beautifully painted army. My opponent, I think, was going to Unplugged the same weekend, so he took his 2,500 point and jumped it up to 3K, which, was a wonderful favor to me. He took out a lot of his fast cav and just added points around and, made some more warlocks. But as you can tell by the title of the video, there's plenty of witch elves. There's 3 units of witch elves. So let's see how I deal with this. You can take a look at this beautifully painted army here. You can see this banner has the Crimson Tide, the red water, and then a nice guy on a mount here. This is a bit of a blurry picture, but you can see we've got plenty of naked women running around the battlefield. I used my phone for this battle report, so I apologize if it's not as good. I did not bring my digital rebel, but I took 2 pictures of this unit, and I decided between the flash, I couldn't figure out which one was better, so here's a nice picture of the witch elves with the cauldron of blood. And here it is again with the flash on. So I think the flash might have washed it out a little bit, but you can see some more detail at times, so thanks. Here's 2 units of Cold One Riders, which is so cool. I don't think I see these guys often enough. I don't play Dark Elves often enough to begin with. This was good for Brawler's Bash because I was expecting to see a couple Dark Elf players. I played none, but at least I got to play this one beforehand just in case I did. So here were the objective markers that my opponent had. We didn't do any objective missions, but he took them out for showsies. And you can see we've got some dwarven miners as slaves being whipped by some sort of elf, and then we've got some dead high elves, as it should be. Alright, so enough of the chit-chat, into the game. So my engineers, I have Warp Lightning, and then the other one has Death Frenzy. I decided not to go down for Warp Lightning with the other one. Death Frenzy is nice to have, even though it's not at a +4 with the Gracier. And the Gracier gets Vermintide, which is decent against Toughness 3 opponents. Blessed with Filth. I need Cloud of Corruption. Hey, why not? There's a lot of units running around. There are some with high armor, like the Call ones. And of course, the Curse of the Horned Rat will be, super useful. The issue here is I did not get Plague. Damn it. I need Plague against this opponent. All these T3 units of Witch Elves would just melt. But I didn't get it, and this is the second time I didn't get it against this opponent. I played him in a tournament a little whiles back, and I didn't get it then either. So here are his spells. He took Dark Magic. We got Doom Bolt, Soul Blight, Stole Stealer, Blade Wind, and Word of Pain. So I think the Dark Magic should be interesting. Here's the battlefield. You know my list, but let's go through his. So on either flank, there are 2 units of 10 not engineers. Geez, the Doomfire Warlock guys. I think it might be a unit of 9 somewhere. I think the left one has a unit of 9, and it's got the level 4 guy on a steed in there. And then we've got in the center Cauldron of Blood, and then 2 little detachments of like 15 or 20 witch elves, which is scary. That's a lot of freaking witch elves. And behind, this is an interesting deployment. He has the cleanup crew behind. All the Cold One Knights are going to be trailing behind the infantry, which I thought was an interesting play. I mean, when you look at it in hindsight, it was probably a good idea due to the fact that he keeps them away from the hell pits, and you can try to deal with them early on with all the poison attacks and frenzy. I did not protect my flanks well enough from these scouts, so we do have 2 units of Shades coming on board. And here's just a quick look again at his battlefield, his battle line, before we go on into turn 1. Plenty of bolt throwers in the back line there. So Dark Elves get turn 1. I'm pretty sure I dropped the Storm Banner immediately. These scouts move up so they can start pelting some shots at the Lightning Cannon. And the rest of the infantry and fast cav move up. You can see that the Doomfire Warlocks get real close to the Witch Elves. So Doombolt is shot by one of the units, and he gets it with Irresistible Force and triples, and this is on the Hell Pit Abomination. So he does a handful of wounds, because obviously Strength 5, 2d6 is going to do fine, and then there's some extra little, 3d6 Strength 1 hits. I think he got like 1 through, and I failed my freaking wards, my regen save on that, but hey, this is a good spell. I love it. It's hard to get off, man, but it's pretty good. And he only takes 1 casualty from the miscast, because he gets the ward save for the miscast, so it's, not a big deal. But other than that, we jump right on into Scave in turn 1. So my random moves are coming up. This one is avoiding the forest to the right, and the Hell Pit is like an inch and a half shy of getting one of those 2 units on a charge, so that sucks. This Hell Pit, I actually moved to the left of the building because I didn't want to get charged by the Witch Elves because Frenzy Poison attacks, he's going down quickly with reroll missed hits and reroll ones to wound and all the whatever the Dark Elf bullshit is. So I have him run this way around the building for 2 reasons. I can either threaten the scouts here, which I mean I could scoop up some points. Remember, it's brawlers; you need to get some points, so I can do that, and then he could come back into the game late game. Or if the Doomfire Warlocks are trying to go around the left of the building too, you'll have to deal with the Hell Pit at the same time. So I just didn't want to march him up forward and have him get destroyed. Also, I think somebody over there had the Flaming Banner, so I didn't feel like having him get. Oh yeah, so the Witch Elves to the right of the building, to the left of the cauldron, they've got the Flaming Banner, so he was going to be going down quickly, so I went that way. And my opponent was nice enough to remind me that the Flaming Banner is in there, so that helped us make a group decision on where the Hell Pit should go. And here's the rest of my movement, or lack thereof. Bell did nothing useful, and both Curse of the Horn Rat and Warp Lightning were dispelled. The Doom Wheel does low-level strength hits onto the Doom Warlock fire guys, and I'm pretty sure with his ward saves and like the strength 2 hits that I got, nothing happens. And that was a pretty uneventful turn 1 for both of us. The Storm Banner kind of hindered all of our shooting, which sucks. So we go to Dark Elf turn 2. You can see these guys, fast cab, back up pretty far. Their movement is pretty awesome. And it's a well-placed movement here because if I need to get to them, I would go right, but not hit them. And I'd, be out of the game for another turn or 2. And if I try to angle it so I could still get them, there's a wall there. I don't feel like running my hamster ball into a wall and having it blow up. These guys get a bit closer to my slaves, and they're going to continue to shoot the Warp Lightning Cannon. My opponent really commits here to protecting these shades. So the Doomfire Warlocks actually come around this way, which I'm happy about because I'll gladly charge them. I don't have a problem with that. I think he's feeling overconfident at this point with the ward saves and maybe getting a few Doom Bolts off this turn to maybe bring the Hell Pit down, but we'll see how that goes. And he really, really commits to taking the other Hell Pit down. You can see he marches right past it. He does not charge with the Witch Elves because I'm pretty sure he was not able to the way things were lined up back there when there was another unit over there, the fast cav over there. I'm not sure either he marched past or whatever, but the freaking Hell Pit's ready to make a flank charge on those Cold One Knights. So I'm really keeping my fingers crossed. So a Doom Bolt gets off here, but the Hell Pit does not die. I don't remember how many wounds he takes, but he stays. So, uh-oh. So that's nice and all, but we go over here to this Doom Bolt, and these guys from across the table go ahead and Doom Bolt this Hell Pit and kill him. So there goes my lucky rear charge or flank charge. So we move back to shooting. It looks like the Doom Wheel takes a wound here, probably from some bolt throwers. And the Warp Lightning Cannon hangs on with just a single wound after suffering 2 from the Shades. So we have the Hell Pit running into the Doomfire Warlocks. And then we have some Rat Darts doing some clever redirecting. Or so I think. I'm very happy about the Cauldron one. I feel like he'll hit me, he'll have to overrun, and he'll expose his flank to the Storm Vermin, which is what I'm banking on. And I think I'm pretty good. I'm pretty set here. If he wants to waste a turn sending the Witch Elves to the right into the Rat Dart, that's fine, because that's just another turn that the big block isn't getting closer to me. And then the left Rat Dart, he marches up 12, and I think this is good. It ends up screwing me really, really, really bad, and you'll see why. The Doom Wheel is coming in from the side here. He still has 1 wound on him, so hopefully he can get to those Witch Elves and smash them with some impact hits and then die to poison. So apparently nothing happens in the magic phase, but a well-placed Doom Rocket will go ahead and decimate this unit, so I'm pretty happy about that. The Warp Fire Thrower gets a nice hit and ends up peeling off a rank and some to the Witch Elves. No wounds done on the Cauldron though, which really sucked. G3 wounds would have been nice. The Gutter Runners do some poison slingshots onto the Bolt Thrower, which is convenient. They just showed up this turn. So there's 1 Bolt Thrower down, 2 more to go. So we move into combat. Looks like I got some impact hits here, and some guys died. I got wounds through the 4+ ward save, which I'm really happy about. I'm not sure what I rolled up on the Help at Abomination chart. He takes 4 wounds apparently, and I'm able to chase these guys down and score some victory points. Hooray! So amongst the madness, this causes some panic in the Shades, and one of the Shade units turns and runs. I don't know what this picture is supposed to be showing. I already fired the Warp Fire Thrower, I know the template's out here, but somehow I get the Witch Elves down to just that one guy. So, yeah. Dark Elf turn 3. So we get that charge against the Rat Dart to the right, and we get the charge against the Rat Dart to the left. The left Rat Dart, I think I should have fleed. Now, I could not have predicted what's going to happen this turn, and I, foreshadowed to it earlier, but I should have just ran and let those Witch Elves fail charge. But I figured, hey, maybe they'll stumble forward a little bit. Got a flank charge here. Not looking too good. So Blade Wind gets successfully casted on the slaves, and I don't know if that's because I don't know what it does or I didn't care enough, but yeah, apparently it's a weapon skill test, and if you fail, you take a strength 4 hit, which means weapon skills 2 slaves are gonna die, or they'll just take a bunch of wounds and panic off the table. I guess I don't know. I don't know how they failed their freaking panic test. Maybe the Gracier wasn't in range, but well. Now the Warp Lightning Cannon is ready to just get charged by Shades instead. Oh yeah, and that other Shade unit didn't rally, so they actually ran off the table. With a limited number of targets, one of the Bolt Throwers decides to shoot down the Warp Fire Thrower. And in combat, this guy dies. My grind attacks did nothing because he's got a 4 board save, and even my strength 2 attacks did nothing because of his mount armor and then his 4 board save. Oh, he killed the Rat Dart. He overran a lot. This is awesome. Look at that flank charge I have now. I'm going to freaking kill it. It's going to be crazy. I still have Blessed with Filth. I have Frenzy, Death Frenzy, so I can match the Witch Elves and do all sorts of fun damage. But no, these guys end up freaking overrunning so far that they disable me from making the freaking flank charge. For 2 reasons. I can't get the wheel. And even if I did somehow finagle the wheel, the back left part of my Storm Vermin would be touching the Witch Elves. I'm so mad that those giant rats, I mean, they did what they were supposed to do. I mean, cool, now I can front charge these guys, but I mean, no, I wanted to flank charge the freaking Cauldron unit and just win the game. Ugh. So for scrutiny's sake, I have this overhead photo just to show you how close it was. I mean, I can move up, but the second I try to do the wheel after I hit the unit, I keep banging into the left Witch Elf unit, so it's just not fun. So over here we go ahead and make a flank charge into these Shades. Might as well just scoop the points up while I'm over here. Second unit of Gutter Runners show up, so we'll start poison slinging this Bolt Thrower. And this is what ends up happening in the front battle line. My slaves go ahead and chap up this unit again because I really don't want to fight them. I'm not ready to fight them. I need to do something else to them. And the Storm Vermin, I decide, hey, 50 Storm Vermin should be able to take out, 11 Witch Elves. That sounds good to me. Rat Dart over here to the right decides to flank up these guys. I don't know if he's going to send them into the flank of the slaves, but I might as well just keep them protected. And yeah, so we also have those Cloven Knights still chilling in the back, ready to cause all sorts of trouble. So the bell does something useful, I think. You see that banner guide to the right of the Witch Elves? I get the roll that allows me to do like D3 hits to a unit or whatever, and that actually is able to kill him and finish him off, which is fine. So we scoop up points for that whole unit now. Well-placed cannon shot from the Warp Lightning Cannon allows me to peel off another rank of these guys. Ugh, and this was terrible. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So 11 guys drop here. And I still have a rank and some Witch Elves still to grind through. Over here, the Hell Pit decides to turn and face the enemy after killing the Shades. And we go ahead and move on into Dark Elf turn 4. So we go ahead and charge the slaves. That should be quick work, I think, for killing them. Doomfire Warlocks charge that Rat Dart, and the Cold Ones just kind of move up. Or maybe they don't charge the Rat Dart. They might have just reformed. No, just kidding. They totally charge him. And what I thought was going to be a promising combat over here, my opponent gets Word of Pain off and subtracts 3 to my weapon skill. So now he's hitting me on 3s, rerolling missed hits, and doing all of his crazy frenzy bullshit dark elf crap. Oh no, this is not going to be good. Here's just another angle of the combat. You can see the Bell unit has a flank charge on the Cauldron, so I don't know. Maybe the slaves hold. And it looks like they do. They take a whole bunch of casualties. My opponent has won, so he's going to reform a little bit. And this reform essentially allows him to get more guys on his flank. This way, if I do flank charge him, he can be prepared with more Witch Elves to attack. So this was embarrassing. He cuts another rank and a half down, and I have done nothing. Nothing. I've done nothing. Skaven turn 4, the Hell Pit does not quite make it to assist against the Witch Elves. I do make that flank charge onto the Cauldron unit, so it's going to be rough because all those slaves dying will mean I probably won't win combat, but I mean, if I can freaking kill as many Witch Elves as possible with the Bone Breaker, Impact Hits, BSB, all that crap, I would be happy. And I'm not afraid of a flank charge from the Cold Ones because if he's attacking just Clan Rats, it's not a big deal because as long as he can't kill the Bell on a charge, the unit's unbreakable. So I don't have Plague, which would have been nice against the Cold Ones or the T3 Elves. But you know what? I decide, hey, everything's freaking right here. We're going to 6 dice Cloud of Corruption and just go for it. And everything is affected. Everything. My Storm Vermin, the Witch Elves, both Cold One units, the Witch Elves with the Cauldron, my slaves, my Clan Rats, everyone except the Doomfire Warlocks. They were either out of range or they were not rolled up, and I'm ready to rock and roll. So unfortunately I killed no Witch Elves on the left unit with Cloud of Corruption. I rolled shit, but I killed a couple Cold One Knights, which is nice. I can get them down. A bunch of Witch Elves with the Cauldron unit did die, so I think it was worth it. And I roll a 13 with the Bell during the magic phase, so all my Clan Rats get to attack. How awesome is that? So I'm actually able to whittle down this freaking Cauldron unit to nothing at this point, or what I would like to think is nothing, but it's 4, 5, 6 Witch Elves. There might be a hero in there. There's probably the Hag or something. The Slays pop. They do some damage to both me and him, but I've got plenty of Clan Rats left, so I'm not too afraid. So even with the casualties I did cause, the fact that he killed so many slaves, he still won combat somehow, so he turns and reforms. And this is just the saddest thing ever. I feel my Storm Vermin have betrayed me. I've got 7 guys left, 7 Witch Elves that I just can't seem to kill. Cloud of Corruption failed me, and the Storm Vermin just Word of Pain, man. I'm hitting them on 5s, wounding them on 3s, but there's only so many attacks, and then, you know, ugh. Also, just backing up, the Gutter Runners do clear off the back of the table, so there's no more War Machines. We all in here on this frickin' unit of Clan Rats. Bonebreaker Lord's gonna be fighting some Cold Ones. I think I'm okay with that. There's a few Witch Elves left, and even the Warlocks are coming in. For some reason, I'm unable to block Word of Pain again, so my weapon skill is reduced by 2 this time. So, yep. The Storm Vermin do end up just dying entirely, and the Witch Elves are victorious, all 7 of them. In combat, I do focus down the Witch Elves. I want to clean up points for that unit. I'm not doing too well against the Cauldron itself, but I kill some Cold Ones, which is nice. And yeah, so this combat is a standstill. And this is what the battlefield looks like at the end of turn 5 for the Dark Elf turn 5. All I have left is a Hell Pit and some Gutter Runners and this giant Bell unit with the Grey Seer and the Lord Bonebreaker. And the Doom and the Warp Lightning Cannon, of course. But yeah, it's not looking too good for me. I got to smash up some stuff if I want to win here. So I think the Hell Pit's going to help me do that by redeeming me and getting this charge here. So if I can get this charge and overrun into the next combat, that would be pretty golden. These guys are getting back to the infield. They're just running as quickly as they can. It might be a bit too late, but I go ahead and cast Death Frenzy onto the Clan Rat unit, which will help out. My Lord will get some extra attacks. The Clan Rats, which kind of suck, they'll get some extra attacks. The Bone Breaker, the Red Ogre on the Bell, the Gracier. So maybe that'll help. So shit goes down in combat. This game happened like a month and a half ago, so I don't remember exactly. But I don't kill the freaking Call One Knights, and I do not freaking catch them in pursuit. And somehow some Call Ones died in the unit against the Bell unit, and I wasn't able to get it over them because there weren't guys touching. So I did the combats in the right order, but I think it's either maybe the bases when we took the movement trades out, he wasn't going to clip or anything, so that sucks. But I'm running out of clan rats. I really am. There's like no witch elves left, so it's down to the grind here, and I am really in a tough position now that the Bell has 5 units on it. And we're now into turn 6. My last couple battle reports, I just kind of blurred turn 6 together because I have random pictures and I don't remember what happened. But we're still fighting here. We're fighting. The clan rats to the right actually end up killing 4 Doom locks and the witch elf. So there's 1 witch elf left, and I'm grinding them down. The Bone Breaker is able to kill another cold one. The cold ones in the back rally, but they face this way, exposing his flank to me, but I feel like he thinks he's going to be able to magic him off the table. Word of Pain gets off on this unit, on my clan rats, which, that's it. It's going to be game. I mean, my clan rats are weapon skill 1. They're not going to hit anything. If my lord, which is dishing out about 10 attacks a turn with him and his mount, if they're not hitting on 3s, then, it's not going to be pretty. So the caster is actually in that cold one unit, which I failed to mention earlier. The level 4 caster is with the 2 cold one knights that are left, and she's got Doom and Darkness, or no, Doom Bolt. So she's actually able to kill the Hell Pit. Unfortunately, I would have probably won this game if the Hell Pit would have chased down that unit successfully, which means he would have been here at my turn. And I would have just rear charged, I don't know, the Cauldron. I could have killed the Cauldron. I could have rear charged the Cold One Knights. I could have rear charged in my turn with the combat and won. But instead, I let his level 4 caster get away. And, I didn't screw up the points for that, and she was able to kill me. And these guys killed the Bell. Sorry, not the Bell. These guys killed the Warp Lightning Cannon in my deployment zone. So, the Bell and the Bonebreaker Lord both die. I lose a whole bunch of clan rats after reforming, but look, I got 5 guys, so I'm stubborn. I've got 1 more rank than my opponent. But stubborn leadership 6 doesn't mean anything, so he ends up killing these guys and they break, and yeah, so it looks like the game ends with me having nothing, my opponent having his level 4 caster, some Cold One Knights, and the Cauldron. I kill all the Witch Elves at least, so just the Cauldron, and then 2 Warlocks. So I think this was a pretty awesome game. It played out. I know it was a long battle report, longer than I usually do, but we'll just look at a couple last things. Or really just some of the errors I might have made, I guess. The only one that I was able to control was the Rat Dart when it charged all the way up forward. It's nothing, I mean, it's something I could have controlled. I couldn't have predicted the fact that they were going to overrun and cause this situation where I couldn't flank charge the Witch Elves. If I gotten the flank charge, I probably would have lost my Storm Vermin to a flank charge from Cold One Knights, but I would have killed the Witch Elves, weakened them a lot, did something else with my magic phase and my slaves, but nonetheless, an excellent game, fun opponent. We played at the shop that is Brothers Grimm. It's about 45 minutes away from me. I like that place more than the local place to me because this is way more Warhammer friendly. So if you guys like this game, let me know. Maybe I'll set up another game with this opponent and take a hike out there and try to get in a game or 2. So thanks for watching, guys. Comments, thoughts below. If you don't already subscribe, if you have not already subscribed, please subscribe, and see you guys in the next video.